in the right time frame, but also like not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I want to get. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's not to be in prison right now, but.
What if I told you that the man who took everything from his family, the man who strangled his pregnant wife, murdered his 2 little girls, and buried them in an oil tank like they were nothing, that man is now on the phone with his lawyer saying he wants out? Haha, no, sit down. We are not done here, because what you are about to hear in this recording is gonna make your jaw drop, and I need you to be ready for it. But before we get into that, I need to take a moment. I need to stop and breathe for a second, because every single time I come on here, I am reminded that I am not alone. And that means more to me than any of you will ever fully understand. To every single one of you who has shown up for me, who has left comments, who has sent prayers, who has shared my videos, who has taken time out of your busy lives to pour into someone you have never even met in person. You are my family. You are the family I never had, and I mean that from the deepest part of me. To the parents here, you are my parents too. You have given me advice, you have checked on me, you have spoken to me with a kind of love that I honestly did not know existed before this community. And to my brothers and sisters here, thank you. God bless every single one of you. If you appreciate me and the work I do, please hit that like button right now. I take time to read and respond to every single comment across all my videos, because you are not just viewers or subscribers to me, you are more than that. And speaking of comments, a parent here said something in my last video that actually made me pause. She advised that I should stop updating you all about my journey to find justice for my murdered parents. And she had a point. I understood where she was coming from, but here's the thing. It is exactly what drives me. Hearing your advice, feeling your support, it gives me a kind of love and warmth I have never experienced anywhere else in my life. Having people who actually listen, that is not something I take lightly. So I thought about it, and I decided, let me not make that decision alone. Let me ask you. If you want me to keep updating you on what is going on with my journey to find justice for my murdered parents, type update in the comments right now. If you think I should stop sharing, type stop. Please do not ignore this. I genuinely need your insight, because everything I do here, I do for you. I'm going to pause for a moment so you can type. If you are new here, welcome to the family. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss anything we do here together. Now, enough about me. Let us get back to exactly why we are here today. And I need you to promise me something before we go any further. Promise me you will watch this video all the way to the end. Because after I play this call, I'm going to share something about it. Something I noticed. Something that I want your opinion on. And trust me, you do not want to miss it. Because Chris Watts is on the phone, and he is talking. And what comes out of his mouth? Oh, let's just say it is going to leave you with a lot of questions. Let's get into it.
All right, so just talk to me. I don't want to be the one monopolizing the conversation. So tell me what you want to know from me, or just tell me what's on your heart.
Well, just going to the law library as much as I have, I see a lot of cases. I've heard a lot of cases around here, guys. I see a lot of cases where, the DA or the judge have had a lot of misconduct, but the judge has ruled that, well, it's not egregious enough, or it's not that, that wow factor enough to really, play in the defendant's favors. I'm looking at the things that I know. I mean, I've never dealt with a lot of people. It's all this. I'm winging it in a law library as I am. And, God directed me through little things like through the poisonous tree, the Greggy law, and different cases that, just they pop out of nowhere, but I know what God is putting in front of me. And I see all these things that relate to my case. I just don't know, how to frame this, where, when I do this 35 day, I've had this paperwork with me for probably a couple months, and I know I only have a year left to appeal from those last you tell me that's like a 3-year limit or 2-year limit, and I really want to figure this out where I can do it in the like time frame, but also like not rushing anything. And I just want to get out of here. I know that God has a plan for me, and it's to be in prison right now, but not stay here. Because He brought me here for a reason. But He also wants me to just tell me outside. I know I just can't sit here and just wait. I know there's waiting, doing nothing, and there's waiting that seeking an action. But that's what I'm doing. But I also want to know like what action to take, because I have no intellect when it comes to the law. But I know He can teach me, and that's what I'm just waiting for. Like things that all clean, I still know how to do it.
I got you. And you don't have the benefit of an attorney that is in your hip pocket, so to speak. Okay, I've got a couple of attorneys here I can talk to that can maybe help. Get some good results, get some good advice for you in terms of forms and what to say, things like that. That's not going to be an overnight process for me to, get the results, we want. It's going to take some time, but, I'm not saying overnight, but I am saying maybe several days or a week or so. So let me see what I can do along those lines. Because I know that you're in a tough spot, and it's how do you know how to do something when you don't know what it is you need to do? So it's tough. So I get it.
It's a trial by error thing, but I know in the law, it's like, all right, you're gonna run into certain things where the motion's gonna get denied, or like whatever I write down, the judge might say, well, that's not. That what you're claiming isn't enough to go back to. You're not warranted to trial. You're not warranted to have the appeal granted. Denied. I was like, well, how do I do that?
Yeah.
And I don't want to get disheartened when that happens. I know it'll probably happen at some point, but not all motions or all appeals are granted. That's why I want to make sure I write this the right way. Where when it goes there, they see like, oh well, like, do I put everything down that I know? Or just like, I don't want to put everything down so they know everything that I'm on.
Well, okay, let me address a couple of things in what you just said. First of all, you live in a closed society now. Every door is shut in your face. You cannot go from one. You go to one wall, you can't go further. You got to turn your left, you can't go any further. So you know what I'm saying? You're in this perpetual, this room with no door, so you cannot get through. You got that? You understand that? What I'm trying to say? So your world is controlled. You hear the word no probably more than you hear the word yes in that system. So one thing you need to be very accustomed to is being denied, being turned down, being told no. You with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, some people will lose hope very, very quickly because everywhere they turn, every time they talk to someone, they're hearing things they don't want to hear. They're being told no. You can't do this. You can't have that. You can't go here. You can't go there. Whatever legal action you're trying to do.
Attorney call may be monitored and recorded.
Whatever you're trying to do, you're always being told no. What you can't do is allow yourself to lose hope. Don't take no for an answer. And don't give up the first time you're told no. You understand?
Yeah.
So the key in all this is you got to be strong. You got to be physically strong. You got to be mentally strong. And you've got to understand that, you know what? You're the underdog, but underdogs can win. They can be a dog in the fight. So I want you to get this attitude that no matter what you do, we're not going to take no for an answer. They tell us no, we're going to try again. They tell us no again, we're going to try again. You just got to keep persevering and don't lose hope, okay? Because I tell you what, you lose hope, you lose your life. All right? So just keep a positive attitude about all that, and don't take any steps back. Just keep moving forward. Even if it's a small step, move forward and not backward. Okay?
Okay. Just like in my devotional today, it was mentioned Esther. It was a door of hope, and the Lord was speaking to Esther, and she was saying to the Lord, I've led you to the wilderness, I will plant in that wilderness vineyards. If you go through the valley of Core, which is the valley of trouble, I will put a door of hope. Even though you're in a wilderness, you're going to plant vineyards in that wilderness. Though you're in the valley of trouble, there's going to be a door of hope in that trouble.
That's great. Well, I'm proud of you. Good job. Keep that up. Keep your nose in that book too.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So, Chris, what were you saying before we got cut off about when he asked? I can't remember what it was, but you were talking about the evidence and your confession that wasn't true.
Well, I just know that I've never experienced anything like this before. Like from the tragedy that happened, from the law enforcement, the interrogation, the jail, the prison, all this was new. All this was new. And I know that even though I've never had something like this happen before, I knew the shock and the trauma was there in my mind. I didn't know how to process it. Every question that they asked me, I was just agreeing with them and just going along with what they said, because I was like, well, I guess you got to tell them something. And even when they came here to prison and interrogated me, they were in the street clothes acting like they were just talking to me, when in retrospect they were actually interrogating me again. And I know for a fact that, that interrogation at NIU, because they were here in Wisconsin, they're all based. So all that is like null and void, but still, they're going to try to use all this stuff against me. But I know that from that interrogation to the first one, and all that was like a coercive type psychological intimidation of someone that, had never been in that situation before, and they just used that to their advantage.
Well, Chris, what you witnessed firsthand is is a game. It's like getting back to the old biblical days where you've got the big Roman soldier in the pen with the little guy, and you're fighting for your life, and you don't know what to expect, but that's a terrible analogy, and I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, you just didn't know what was going on, and it's a game. That's what I tell so many people. This is a game that they're playing. You are the prey. They're the hunter. You're the prey, and they've got you exactly where they want you. And most times they're going to get what they want, because you know what? They keep you for hours. They deprive you of your basic needs. And as every second that you're with them in that chair and they're bearing down on you, your mind is actually deteriorating. Your mind is playing games against you. And that's why we have so many times where people give confessions for things that they just did not do. And it's because, you know what? They want to get out of there. They want to just tell them what they need to know, what they're asking, what they're interested in, so they can get out and go home. Well, you know what? Guess what doesn't happen? They don't go home. And their life is forever changed. So it's...
After I told them what they wanted to hear, then they offered me food.
Exactly.
So strange. But the thing I know, playing a game. Because when the TBI agent and the FBI agent, like when the TBI first, the woman, when she like questioned me for hours, and after those hours of interrogation, she puts me on a polygraph. And then I'm like, exhausted at this point. And then after that, like, I'm sitting there alone, and I hear them. It's because the phone intercom doesn't pick it up. I hear them outside the door. The FBI agent comes up to, "Oh, how did you do?" And she said, "Oh, we did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of them." And they come in with this game face saying, "Okay, you lied." I'm thinking to myself, wait, I thought you just sounded pretty good. And I didn't question about it. I just believe what she said and think that I made it. But I know for a fact she said, you did pretty good, but I think we get some more out of them. I was like, I'll only think about this stuff way after it happened.
All right, Chris,
Wow.
Chris, that's a little game. I can tell you for a fact that they did not administer the polygraph in the proper way. You should have been on the top of your game, mentally, physically, spiritually, when they gave you that polygraph. You should have had a good night's rest. You should have before they gave you that polygraph. So I don't trust the polygraph. I don't trust the results, and they use that as a hammer over your head to scare you, because the polygraph scares everyone because of its reputation. We can talk more about that later.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking another call. I think got like 30 seconds left, but I know that God can lead me on how to write this thing up to get it back. And I know that thank you for helping me.
Oh, wow. Okay. I need a second. I genuinely need a second, because I've been sitting with this recording for a while now, and even knowing what was coming, even having heard it before, it still hits different every single time. And I needed you to hear it too. I needed you to sit in it with me, because some things you cannot carry alone. Did you just hear that? Did you hear what I heard? Because I have listened to a lot of things in my life. I have sat through a lot of painful, disturbing, infuriating things in my pursuit of justice. But this right here, this man, this audacity, he killed his pregnant wife. He killed his 2 little girls, Shanann, Bella, Celeste, 3 people who loved him, 3 people who trusted him, 3 people who called him husband, who called him daddy. And he is sitting there in that call talking about God, talking about purpose, talking about getting out, like he is some misunderstood man who just got dealt a bad hand in life. No. I'm sorry. I am not laughing because it is funny. I am laughing because my brain genuinely cannot process the level of nerve it takes to sit in a prison cell that you earned and convince yourself that the Almighty is losing sleep trying to figure out how to free you. The same God who watched what you did to those babies in that house, that God is supposedly working on your release plan right now, drawing up blueprints, moving pieces on a chessboard, all for Chris Watts? The audacity is suffocating. And what got me, what really burrowed deep under my skin and stayed there, was how calm he was, how rehearsed it all sounded, how measured, like he has been sitting in that cell for years now, building this whole narrative inside his head, stacking it, polishing it, perfecting it, telling himself a story where he is the one with a future, where he is the one being held back from his destiny, where the only thing standing between him and the rest of his life is paperwork and the right attorney and a little more time. Not 3 graves, not 3 funerals, not a pregnant woman who is carrying his child, not 2 little girls who used to run to him when he walked through the door, not any of that, just paperwork. And I want you to think about something for a moment. While he is in that cell crafting this narrative, Shanann is not coming back. Bella is not coming back. Celeste is not coming back. That baby boy they never even got to name is not coming back. They do not get appeals. They do not get attorneys. They do not get phone calls where someone sits across from them and says, "Hang in there, we are going to figure this out." They got nothing because he took everything from them. And yet here he is, talking, breathing, planning, hoping. Let me tell you something about men like this. And I say this not just as someone who follows this case, but as someone who has looked evil in the face through my own personal pain. Men like this, they do not change. They do not wake up one morning flooded with genuine remorse and decide to spend the rest of their lives in silence as punishment for what they did. That is not how this works. What they do is evolve. They get better at talking, better at performing, better at reading a room and finding the exact right words to make the people around them soften just enough. And that call? Oh, that call is a masterclass in exactly that. Listen to how he frames everything. Listen to how God keeps coming up. Listen to how he positions himself as someone who is simply waiting for things to fall into place, not as a man who destroyed an entire family, but as a man on a journey. It is manipulation, dressed up in scripture, and it is chilling. And I'll be honest with you, my family, because I am always honest with you in this space. Listening to this call did something to me personally, because I know what it's like to want justice for people who cannot speak for themselves anymore. I know what it's like to lie awake at night, wondering if the system is going to do right by the people you lost. And hearing someone like him, so focused on himself, so consumed with his own freedom, while the people he murdered have no voice left, it takes something out of you. But I keep going because of you, because of this family right here. So I'm going to ask you something now, and I need you to be real with me in that comment section. No holding back. After everything you just heard, after sitting in that audio with me, after listening to his voice, his words, his reasoning, his nerve, I want to know exactly what you think. Do you believe Chris Watts should ever see the outside of that prison? Not in 20 years, not in 40 years, ever. Yes or no? Type it right now, and then I want you to tell me why. Give me your full, honest, unfiltered opinion, because I read every single comment, and tonight I am especially going to be looking for yours. And if something in this video made you feel something, if it stirred something in you, please share this video, because Shanann, Bella, and Celeste deserve to be remembered. They deserve for people to keep talking. They deserve for the world to never forget what was done to them. Drop your thoughts below. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be right here reading every single word you write.